It's all be detection on counter drones. The person is not be allowed for that time. It will only in the land you can control the overall of the drones. And the description, what are the descriptions? The things which have to be maintained, the data of the, as mentioned, the data, if anything will be data, if the person has killed or not killed, if the data will be printed in the drone sectors. This is the main thing. Next is critical situations, terminologies and technological thing. Which are the technological used in means GUI, means graphical user interface. Because the graphics, when they destroy the anything of the systems or any lands, that it have to capture the lands of the photos with this present, and it should be sent out to the what are the inputs are given the input persons. It should be recorded and it will files these things and it will take care of the things, sir. The next topic is regulatory and ethical consideration. Implementing counter drone technology raise significant regulator and ethical consideration, privacy laws, and respect judiciary. The things which we are talking about so many times, that security is important. The counter drone technology plays a very usual role, visual role in the security purpose. Then no one can be hacked or anything will be in the counter drone technology, because the only one person who will be inputting, you have the whole holder of the counter drone technology, sir. And it have a huge thing that we can be able to manually also handle and AI also handle. The person if any busy, he can had a AI users and it will be automated, sir. If anything it will not be user, there's nothing to be done, sir. Conclusion, which I have been talking from this process. We have the some topic I saw that for starting only Operation Sindhu. We miss none because of counter drone technology. We have destroyed more than 350 of drones opposition of the any border cross. There's none of the drone has reached to the our land. The drones of our Indian is destroy the other countries' drones, sir. It's a very ambition that we are very faithful to these drones, sir. Because of these drones, we not less lost the many of the soldiers because of use of these drones. This has captured and entered the points of the drone sectors. Thank you. Any questions?
Dixit, your presentation was good, and the way you are presenting and the authority at which you are speaking is highly appreciable. And your understanding about this area is also uh, appreciated. And how your initiation, is this a project you are trying for final year?
Yes, sir. It is full stop.
Okay. What is the current status?
So if we moving on to the, if we are implementing in the student graphs, sir. We are implementing in drone technology. We are implementing in the student graphs, sir. If attendance systems are like, it will capture and it will details will be employed. That is.
Okay. How many students are there in your group?
4 members, sir.
Four. All the four have come?
Not, sir. I am done this, sir.
Oh, okay.
It's for 6 sem projects.
Okay. All the best part. Best wishes, sir. That's sir.
You look more patriotic. Full presentation al edit. So it should work towards something this technology towards military and drone. All the best.
How actually it will detect the other drones? Whether how means in this counter drone, how it will detect the other drones means which are not belongs to us.
So it
Enemy's drone.
So it depends upon the companies, sir. Which are the companies are based on the defense sector now, sir. It will only be given the permission for that drone, sir. If any drones has not mentioned the names, sir, they have a different types of names, sir. They have mentioned the force and things, sir, in the above the drone, sir. If it detect the drone and it will destroy the drone, sir. About other drones.
Means it will capture the image.
Yes, sir. Geographical image.
After doing that image processing, it will identify whether
Yes.
this drone belongs to us or it belongs
Not
to
not belongs to us, sir.
Okay, like that it will do.
Yes, sir.
But Pakistan ಅವರು sticker ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ.
What, sir?
Yeah, they know that what company we are using ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು example. In that case.
Sir,
ಬಿಸಿಲರಿ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕರ್ನ ಬೇರೆದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ?
Sir, as I mentioned, it will detect, sir.
Still it detects.
That's a counter drone
size
size.
also matters.
Sir. By size and weight, it will detect, sir.
Volume.
Yes, sir. Size also, sir.
Size.
We have a AI camera, sir.
Yes, yes.
Team, I have another meeting. I have to move out, I wish all the participants the very best. Put up a good show. Very happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, very nice to have you here.
All of you.
Look after a few advanced materials and their construction techniques for security, and let's check for their sustainability and security synergy, and let's look out for some applications. So first slide is actually missing.
No problem. Whatever.
First slide was about introduction.
That's what you can introduce like that only.
Yes.
So what introduction? Introduction about the topic or yourself?
Introduction about the topic. So security in construction isn't just about the cameras, gates or walls, but also involves materials and their engineering techniques. With materials and their engineering techniques. Third slide.
Let's go to the next slide.
So in this topic we'll be discussing about some of the advanced materials. First one is carbon fiber reinforced polymers. Carbon fiber reinforced polymers are created by combining high strength and high stiffness carbon fibers with the polymer resin matrix. Pairing of these results in a strong and lightweight material which has high strength to weight ratio and excellent heat sustainability and corrosion resistance. Next one is fiber reinforced polymers. It is very similar to the carbon fiber reinforced polymer, but instead of carbon fibers, it also contains glass fibers and armate fibers, which is cheaper when compared to carbon fibers and has a better tensile strength and better corrosion resistance. Next one is transparent aluminum. I think you have heard of bulletproof glass. It's very similar to that, but it's not a glass. It's a transparent ceramic composed of aluminum, oxygen, and nitrogen. Next one is ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. It's a high performance plastic which has very long polymer chains. These long polymer chains, give it exceptional properties like excellent abrasive resistance, excellent corrosion resistance, and low friction. Next one is the self-healing concrete. You know normal cement how it works, and self-healing concrete, which is also known as self-repairing concrete. It is a type of a concrete which automatically repairs cracks and seals the damage by using embedded healing agents like bacteria, polymers, and microcapsules. Aerogels and phase change materials. I think you have heard the material aerogel, which is composed of 99% of air and 1% of solid, which is a very good retardant of heat and flame. Next, fire retardant composite, very similar to the aerogels but a stronger side. So now we have looked through the advanced materials. Let's look through their construction techniques. There are three types of construction techniques. One is modular construction. Rather than using traditional method, we can use rapid construction like assembling the pre-built structures. This also improves the speed and safety for the construction. Seismic and blast reinforcement. High performance concretes and CFRPs, carbon fiber reinforced polymers, are highly impact resistance, can withstand projectiles like bombs, missiles, or something like that. Integrated physical barriers. Rather than just having a wall, we can integrate those wall with that wall with these materials, so it becomes impact resistance and more projectile resistance. So are these materials sustainable? Of course not, but also there are some sustainable materials like engineered wood and other recycled composite, which are sustainable and environmental friendly, and also not compromising security. So let's look out on applications and case studies, real life case study. Government and military also already using transparent aluminum for car windows and windows for sensitive data centers. They'll use transparent aluminum. And for transport and energy, you have seen these retrofits which support the bridge. Those are made up of fiber reinforced polymers we had discussed earlier. And also concrete tunnels are built using the self-healing concrete, which reduces the maintenance cost and inspection cost. And aerogel insulation in substations. Wherever there is a risk of catching fire, we can use aerogel and the phase change materials. Conclusion: advanced materials and construction methods are greatly improve infrastructure security and resilience. Future of secure sustainable buildings lies in continuous innovation of materials and engineering techniques. So apart from these materials, we should also innovate new materials so that we should fulfill each and every application for security.
So very very good. Vinesh, yeah? Sir? Thank you. So you are from mechanical department. Good. So learning about many smart materials is the idea. What is your idea for the final semester?
So my idea is about to build materials which are impact resistant than the carbon fiber reinforced materials, and make them cheaper than, because carbon fiber reinforced material is very expensive. I think you have seen in use in Lamborghini cars and all, to make it lightweight and all. So we can build an alternative for that which is cheaper and applicable to bases like government bases and all.
While good. Some of the new, the materials, smart materials which are coming in the market, we try to introduce and we have learned about that and its nature and adaptability. All those things we explain. Good, great, good topic.
You have heard of like the future, the fuel is hydrogen, KDDS. Yeah. If you want to store the hydrogen, you need carbon fiber. If you are talking about replacing carbon fiber with something which is cheaper, then India is self-sufficient. ನಾಳೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೂ rely ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
So rather than using metals, we can use this because metals are not that available, sir. This can be chemically made in lab also. Metals are expensive also because titanium is also so expensive.
Okay.
But cost-wise, which one is cheaper?
Sir?
Cost-wise, which one is cheaper?
Compared to metals and this. Sir, metals is actually cheaper, sir, but it has more wider applications than metals. Metals will corrode easily, but they will not get corrode. Like that, sir. They have the advantages and disadvantages.
Sustainable metals, you can't
Metals,
keep on living.
yes, sir. Metals.
Aitappa, best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I would now like to call upon Akshay Kumar, yes, student of JSS Polytechnic Mysore from E&D department, to give the presentation.
My presentation on the topic AI enabled on AI enabled smart grids, AI enabled security on smart grids.
Proceed. Good. ಏನು ಗ್ರಿಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ what is your understanding about grid?
So good afternoon everyone, my name is Akshay and today I am going to give a small presentation on the topic AI enabled security on smart grids. So I am from Electrical and Electronics branch department, currently studying in JSS Polytechnic Mysore. So, so this is the flow of my presentation. I would like to start with introduction with smart grids. Then we'll see about types of conventional protection methods. Then I would like to say the different impacts on smart grids in electrical system, and there are different and how we use AI in these techniques for smart grids. And also I would like to explain some case studies, conclusions, and other aspects uh, regarding this topic. So what So I would like to introduce what is smart grids. Like we know grids, it is nothing but interconnection of normal grids with in series and parallel connections. But why we need smart grids? Like as sir said, there was phones before, and now it is like smartphones. Like that. Similarly, there was grids, and now we are using smart grids. I mean, smart grids are the updated version and modern version of the normal grids. They can integrate with hybrid approaches like AI, automation, and digital communications. Why smart grids are needed instead of normal grids? Because they are more reliable, resilience, integration of renewable energy, energy efficiency, consumer empowerment, and cyber security, and they can also counter against cyber risk. So AI in power system protection. So now I am going to talk about the main picture about AI in power system protection. They use fuzzy logic expert generating algorithms ANNS studies. ANNS achieve high accuracy under DAR variability. CEO it is another method. CZO method with ANNS response in 15 milliseconds. Comparison. So there was a comparison against conventional, adaptive, and AI. AI was proven the most fast and efficient one among these factors. So production challenges in smart grids. Uh, what are the production challenges in smart grids? There are like variable fault currents, bidirectional power flow, fault tripping and coordination, cyber security risk, grid reconfiguration. Like as I said, conventional and adaptive couldn't meet these challenges. They're just too old and not in the trend in market. So this was tackled by the AI in power system project. So let's move on. AI based techniques. As I said, there are AI is a huge hybrid approach by huge hybrid approach. It can monitor real time data, and as sir said, that the data is all around and it is very important. So AI could be used to manipulate it easily without any cyber risk or anything. So hybrid approaches like ANNS and fuzzy logics are used uh, to to manipulate these data uh, and protect them from cyber threats. Advantages is it can as I said, it can in milliseconds it can stop the faults, and DAR adaptability, high fault accuracy, it can be seen here. So now I'm going to talk about the centralized and zone controllers. So centralized and zone controllers are let us imagine that there is in a center there is the smart grids, and throughout there is a renewable energy source like wind energy, solar energy. So they are interconnected with each other. So their data is revolving all among them, and also there are uh, many things happening. So we need to approach them, we need to control them. So we are using C and zone controllers for this purpose. So they give information to the AI so that AI could manipulate the data, and it can give a positive feedback in return. So artificial neural networks and fuzzy logics. These are the main AI techniques. Like ANS is just like an artificial human brain. So it can work like you can classify faults, and then it can uh, take the voltage current data. So and it can avoid false strippings and other production challenges. It works in the false scenarios. It takes many false scenarios and it works according to it. So fuzzy logics, they are like they use linguistic rules for uncertainties. Like some fault happened, and ANS it cannot see it. Its role is to just take the provide proper inputs to the uh, work as a like artificial brain, and give proper inputs to the smart grids. So in fuzzy logics, it actually identifies the problem, and then it recognizes uncertainties, and gives the and further it gives information to the AI. So future of, I would like to say the what is the future of AI? It consists of 6 points. Like we can AI can integrate with IoT, blockchain, 5G communication, self-healing grids, cyber security, research, etc. So when it integrate, so how IoT works in AI when it is integrated with AI, it can it uses smart sensors to detect faults, and it can be used for protections. Like, and then in blockchain we can see they use like secure relay coordination. Like relays are interconnected, and they work together to trip. So okay, I would like to present some of my case studies. Like in India, the Tata company has taken the uh, complete initiative. They are the front runners in adopting AI for grid. And in USA, as you can see, they use AI to detect dangerous high impedance outages. And in Brazil, we can see CPFL company, and integrated with Cisco, has has used AI in malware infections to reduce the cyber risk, because the data is a lot, and it can get easily theft. In Sweden, they are really amazing. They're using AI and drones for intelligence inspection of power transmission and distribution grids. So I would like to conclude my topic. So first I talked about the introduction, like what is smart grids, and what is the difference between grids and smart grids. Then I talked about how conventional are not suitable for today's trend, and then I talked about how adaptive methods take over the conventional ones. So and now today's trend is AI. Because they are more fast and accurate, giving proper output that could reach the challenges of today's world. So thank you.
All the best, best good and
Regarding the case study, I would like to give you two more case studies. ಒಂದು NIE ನ ನಾವೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು NIE ಈಗ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹುಣಸೂರು ತಾಲೂಕು. It's a smart grid, AI based. If you want, you can visit with your team anytime. Phone number collection account, you can take an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, you are always welcome.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಿಡ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Sir, I didn't survey, but many approaches in the global level, how different smart grids how different protection methods are used in other countries. So that was my more approach. I didn't go locally. Local problems could meet local sense.
I thought it's a good.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chetan M. I'm from Electronics and Communication Department from Jsspm Polytechnic, Mysore. My topic is Nexus of Advanced Technology Platform for Strengthening the Cyber Defense and Capabilities. Introduction. In the 21st century, security threats have become more complicated. traditional defense methods are no longer sufficient. Advanced technologies like AI, ML, big data, blockchain, and uh, cloud cloud uh, cloud security strengtheners can be cyber defense. They are enable situation aware like real-time detection and rapid response. This nexus of these platforms helps to predict, prevent, and respond to the threats. Spectrums of threat vectors. The spectrum in the cybersecurity, threat vectors is a path or a method used by the cyber criminals to get the access of a network or a system to achieve their attack. There are two types of spectrum of threat vectors: conventional weapons and unconventional warfare. In the olden days, we are using conventional weapons like landmines, bombs, shells, rockets, and missiles. But in nowadays, we are not using much more that. In the modern days, we are using unconventional warfare like chemical and biotechnical warfare weapons, dirty bombs like nuclears, and electromagnetic fuels. Next comes hybrid warfare. Hybrid warfare is a conflict. The opponent use the mix of conflictual and non-conventional method to attack. But to reply only on the war field, they uses with the simulation attacks. Examples of hybrid warfare: Russia-Ukraine war conflict in 2014 and at present, US election in 2016 and 2020, Mid-East conflict, and at the COVID-19 era. Why should we strengthen our cyber defense? The attackers are aiming for the undermine stability. Threats have become more advanced and fluent. For that, we have to strengthen our defense capabilities, ensure 24 bar into 7 monitoring and quick response, build reliances against the evolving threats. Types of threat, types of cyber securities: network security, information security, application security, network security, and endpoint security. How innovation strengthening the defense: faster detection by cyber officers, automated response, reducing the human delay, data-driven decision making, improving the accuracy, stronger reliances against the evolving threats. Recent cyber attacks in India. Cyber warfare challenges in 2025, human and scam based cyber threats, not able data branch in 2024, attacks on banks and finance. Why strengthening defense is critical? Threats have become more advanced and advanced. Traditional security is oftenly have no longer needed for reliance or adaptive defense system. Continuous innovations in cyber defense requ- required. Conclusion: build awareness and training at the every level. The goal is to stay a step ahead of cyber criminals. Defense must be dynamic as threats. Cyber security is not one-time effort; it is a continuous process. Technology plus peoples plus policy is equal to strong security. The cyber security is not only for the individual or an businessman or an even for the government. It is also helpful for the military based. Thank you.
So some new techniques which are coming up and trying to introduce. All the best. You are from which branch? EC?
Yes.
Right. Sir.
Yes. This correct.
first. My name is Ramcharan. I am from Siddhganga Polytechnic College. Today I welcome you one and all for my presentation. I am doing a project on counter drone technology, combining AI and IOMT for enhanced battlefield security. First, First, I will tell you our presentation outline. First, I will do the introduction of AI and IOMT. Then, I will deeply explain you about IOMT. Then, I will deeply explain you about AI. Then I will give you the security architecture, countermeasure technologies, application scenario, security challenges, future enhancement, and finally, I will give you the conclusion. Okay. First, introduction. Nowadays, drone AI counter drone. Nowadays, drones are very useful and also dangerous. Some drones are used for logistics. Some drones are used for logistics and surveillance, while other hostile drones are a threat for military and on the border and even civil life. So, in my project, I am combining AI, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Military Things to make an enhanced battlefield combat simulation. Okay. First, Internet of Military Things. It is basically a network of connected devices like sensors like optical cameras, acoustics, radars, jammers, which are connected to one main server or multiple different servers. Okay. Next, by using these sensors in our drones and droids, we could get a systematic picture, fusing the old data with the new data to get the whole bigger picture than one sensor could give. Next, AI in counter drone system. Okay, AI is also known as the brain in this project. AI is the brain in this project, where AI gets the information from the hardware objects like sensors, collects the information, then predicts the trajectory of the enemy, the hostile drones, makes a decision and gives the decision to the command center. Now I'll tell you the system architecture. The system architecture consists of five main layers. Sensor layer or the hardware, where all the sensors are mounted on the drones or droids, which collect the optical information, acoustic sound information, and even wave, waves which are emitted by other drones. Next, IOMT network layer. IOMT network layer interprets this information and fuses with the raw data available. Then the AI layer, which process the information given by the IOMT network, and then make a recommendation or give a decision to the command sector. The command sector then responds to this signal, and then gives the recommend best recommended information or opt for manual operation. Next, the countermeasure. This countermeasure layer is where the real action happens, where the other drones are neutralized using wave energy, nets, or even destroyed by our weapons. Next, this is a simple block diagram of our AI processing integration. As I explained you, it has five layers where sensors give the raw information, IOMT communicates and gives the protocols to the information. Then the AI processes the information, gives it to the command center, where command center makes the decisions or automate decisions. Then the countermeasures are taken. Next, countermeasure technologies. We use hardwares like RF jams, which jams the communications between the drone using magnetic energy like EMF. Okay. Next, net capturing. It physically captures the drone. The drone appears, the acoustic sensors or the optical cameras detect the drone and then capture the drone within a range of 50 feet, up to 13 feet. Okay, next, direct energy weapons. Neutralizing energy weapons like guns or microwaves or lasers could be used to neutralize a drone. GPS snooping. It is where our drone tech uses a fake signal uh, to send false coordination to the enemy drone. Next, application scenario. This application scenario is used in airport security. Public could be used in public events, then used in military, borders and etc. Okay, applications are, it is simple and low cost. Next, detect large drones accurately. Next, disrupts drone communication, classifies the drone trajectory, network simulation, and analysis of real data using automation. Next, security challenges. As the other sir said, AI data could be a god or data could be a devil, I would say. As data could be interpreted by cyber attacks, where hackers could try to interpret our data. Esponge, where the sensitive data could be leaked to third-party channel, or system attack, where the direct attack on our counter drone infrastructure could happen. So the future enhancement, we could do a prediction AI, where the AI predicts the trajectory and trajectory of both the enemy and their drone using advanced sensors. It would be in my sensors it would be come around in a decade or so. Or next, swarm intelligence, where our system could analyze multiple threats and give an automated response. Then edge computing, doing more and more layers of security for our drone system, for it to respond in a very critical time, very fastly, which minimizes human time from minutes to seconds. Next, conclusion. By using IOMT and AI, we could easily protect our country from the intelligence algorithm by using analyzing real time data. And then I will and your time.
Yeah, yeah, good for this presentation, and your understanding in this area is also good. Where is your friend? Anirudh. You can also come. So, what is your plan for the project work? What has been progressed?
As I said, in around 10 years decade, it will be come around implementation as the AI enhances.
10 years ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಇವಾಗ ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮೇನ್ ఎందుకంದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ರೇಂಜ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು EMI ಅಂತೂ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಬೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅದು ರೇಂಜ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. ಅಕೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಇದರಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೋಡಾರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಿಂಡ್ ವೇವ್ಸ್ ಇಂದಾನೇ ಮಾಡೋ ತರ
ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್
electric and electronics.
Oh, electrical and electronics. Right. Sir.
RF jamming. What actually?
The radio, it will radio frequency with a higher frequency.
It will stop the communication.
Yes, sir. That drone. Frequency.
RF jamming is old. It will stop the communication between drone and what?
The main server.
Main server.
Thank you, friends. I would like to call Meenu Krishna MR, student of Acharya Institute of Technology, Bangalore, from Department of Aeronautical Engineering, to give the presentation. I would like to call Srija GB, student of JSS Polytechnic, Mysuru, Department of Mechatronics, to give the presentation.
I'd like to start my presentation with a wonderful quote that goes, "None of us is as smart as all of us combined." This quote doesn't just apply to people, but also it defines robots when working together as swarms, how they are going to save lives. A very good morning to one and all present here. My name is Shrija and I am from the Department of Mechatronics, studying in final year. The focus of my presentation is role of swarm robotics in disaster management. So every year, both natural and man-made disasters cost around affect more than 200 million people worldwide, despite the best efforts of human rescuers. But imagine if we had hundreds of robots working together like ants in a colony together as a team. Imagine them entering collapsed buildings, searching for survivors, delivering aid, food, and water supply. This is the promise of swarm robotics. Well, what is swarm robotics? The word swarm means a group. So, swarm robotics involves a large group of simple robots that communicate, coordinate, adapt, and tackle challenges that are too dangerous for humans. So you might ask, what is the difference between normal, regular robots and swarm robots? Well, I have an analogy for you to think about this. Think of normal robots like lions or tigers. They are very powerful, expensive, and they require a lot of energy and efforts to accomplish their tasks. Every hunt is complex, and if something goes wrong, the entire mission can fail. On the other hand, imagine swarm robots as tiny ants working in a colony. They are individually simple and weak, but together they are incredibly efficient, inexpensive, and are capable of accomplishing complex tasks with minimal efforts. So, this creates an intelligence. It presents an intelligence that goes far beyond the intelligence of each of its members. And this intelligence is called as swarm intelligence. So let's take a step back and look at how swarm intelligence appears naturally around us. Take ants for example, as I said. Ants, when searching for food, produce something called as pheromone trails. If you have heard about it, it's a chemical. So when they're searching for the food, they leave behind the trail of chemicals. And when they finally find the food, they trace back along the same path, making the trail stronger. This allows other ants to follow the same path, converging the colony to find their food resources more quickly and efficiently. Then another example could be bees, honeybees. So scout bees explore for hives, new hives, and return to communicate their findings through something called as the waggle dance. This dance represents the information about the new location, distance from the water source or nectar source, and the quality of the site. Um, Other bees that support this location also join the dance, converging the bee colony to decide on the best option without any one single leader. Using these principles, swarm robotics mimics these behaviors. For example, sharing information, uh, choosing optimal paths in rescue operations, and moving collectively to adapt to changing conditions. Now, there are a few types of swarm robots that we can think of. There is aerial swarm robots, there is ground swarm robots, there's underwater swarm robots, and there is hybrid swarm robots that work in all these places. Now, let's see a few applications of swarm robots in a few disasters. Firstly, let's take floods. Because in India, floods are the most frequently occurring disasters. Every year, more than 1,600 people lose their lives because of floods. The biggest risks or major factors for these reasons include starvation, lack of medical help, drowning, and unstable areas. Swarm robots can be a game changer in these conditions. How? Swarm robots can map the flood areas and locate survivors, deliver them food, medical aid, and water or any other essential supplies even before human rescuers can arrive at the location. Drone swarms can drop life jackets or ropes to stranded people while coordinating with the ground robots. Then aerial swarms with thermal cameras can scan floodwaters, map congestion, and guide emergency vehicles, while the ground bots place the safety path finding markers in different locations for emergency vehicles. Uh, and also, if power or communication fails during floods, which is very common, drones or aerial swarms can act as flying towers, keeping the rescue teams connected for essential operations. Then, if we were to look at fire emergencies, fires are especially deadly because of toxic smokes, collapsing structures, and even zero visibility due to the smoke. Humans going in means risking suffocation, burns, or even trapped in the fire. Swarm robots here thrives in these situations. Swarm robotics equipped with sound sensors, gas sensors, or even heat sensors can locate trapped people even in smoke-filled or collapsed areas. Also, swarm robots in a toxic gaseous filled environment, swarm robots can go and detect or map the toxic zone and guide the victims and firefighters to safety. Next, we have how do these work? Well, they use sensors like proximity sensors, the usual sensors we all know about, and they communicate using wireless networks, um, short infrared short range signals to communicate with each other and share information. Well, the swarm robots work, it relies on something called as algorithms that govern how a swarm robotic system should behave. Let's understand this with an example. Ant colony optimization algorithm is one of the algorithms. Here, as we discussed about ants, they leave behind pheromone trails. Similarly, these swarm robots also leave virtual markers along the path they travel. The stronger the trail, shorter will be the distance. All the robots would follow the same distance, converging the entire swarms to the efficient path. And this means in disaster zones, all the swarm robots can reach the victims or whatever places that needs to get in as quickly as possible. The case study. We all know about the landslides of Wayanad that happened in 2024 July. Well, over 300 deaths had occurred. Many human rescue teams had been trying really hard to make survivors, help the survivors. They used to deploy drones and even constructed bridges, temporary bridges to reach isolated places. But I think using the swarm robotics, we can improve this. We can make it faster, safer for humans as well. How would I improve that? Well, these small, agile robots equipped with LIDAR or thermal sensors can map out the entire disaster zone and locate survivors who are trapped under debris. They can also navigate through rubbles and deliver aid without risking any human rescuers, which is very important for us. And they also communicate, real-time communication takes place by but they share real-time information about hazards or location of the survivors to the rescuers. Then um, the challenge, of course, any innovation isn't without challenges. Ensuring that these hundreds of robots dynamically coordinate with each other is tricky because they might have collisions because there are a lot of robots. And more robots means higher communications and higher processing demands. Unpredictable factors like rough terrain or weather conditions or even um, sensor errors can cause issues. Also, the algorithms can become computationally heavy at large scale. And that brings me to the conclusion of this presentation. And I will conclude by saying that swarm intelligence has the potential to transform disaster management. With coordination, communication, adaptability, they can tackle challenges that are far too dangerous for humans. From wars, landslides, floods, earthquakes, from all these disasters, they can give faster, quicker, and reliable rescue efforts, reducing causalities, and protecting responders worldwide. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
All the best. Good, good. Sorry,
Actually, where the data will be stored? So it means, for example, first swarm robot, if it identifies some information, it has to be stored somewhere. Whether that will be stored in
It
the
will be stored in all the
internal
swarms.
memory.
Yes.
In all the,
They are like connected in the mesh network.
okay.
Yes.
Means the information will be shared with the other robots. Or it is shared with the help of cloud.
No, no. In swarm robotics, the main feature is its decentralized behavior. So there wouldn't be any central control. Yeah.
good, good. Good present. All the best.
Thank you, Shrija. Next, I would call Skandan B, student of Jsspm Polytechnic Mysuru from the Department of Information Science, to give the presentation.
So hello everyone, I am Skandani from JSS Polytechnic Mysore, Department of Information Science and Engineering. Today I am here to present on SRX, Self-Healing Resilience Extension Framework for Smart City IoT Security, which focuses on protecting our connected world from the next cyber attack. So before I start, let me ask you something. How many of you have CCTV cameras at your home? Just please raise your hands. Okay, most of them have. Okay, let us continue. So before we dive deeper into the concept, let us first understand what IoT actually. IoT stands for Internet of Things. Everyday objects connected to the internet, devices around you like Wi-Fi cameras, smart plugs and light bulbs, voice assistant like Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs and printers. What they do? They sense, they share data and automate the things to make life easier. But there's a big challenge. It's extremely difficult to secure every single device, making it target for hackers. Now we will discuss IoT devices most targeted by cyber attacks in 2025. So as you can see, devices like routers, IP cameras, point of sale terminals, healthcare IoT devices, smart TVs, smart locks and wearables, all are the part of IoT devices. As you can see, routers and IP cameras are most targeted devices. Routers account 50% of the target, but IP cameras make up to 22.5%. This clearly shows that these two devices are targeted by hackers. Okay. Now we will see how one mistake exposes everything. One simple mistake can expose your entire lab. Let us see an example. Default password. The first vulnerability, owner rarely changes their factory settings. And weak Wi-Fi password. Okay. Um, People often keep password like 1234567 or maybe vice versa. So this makes an attacker to easily guess the password. There's also lack of security awareness. Many people do not have proper knowledge of how to secure their Wi-Fi networks. And finally, exposed devices online. CCTV cameras, baby monitors, accessible through public sites due to misconfiguration in them, or maybe any problem. Okay. So now we'll see real attacks that prove the threat. This isn't theory; it already happened. So let us see the attack, Mirai botnet attack. What happened? Hijacked 1 lakh of cameras and routers using default password to launch a massive DDoS attack that shut down Twitter, Netflix, and Reddit. Listen, that a simple default password can bring down the entire internet. And similarly, in Cambridge, a website publicly live streamed 73,000 private cameras from homes and businesses worldwide that had no password protection. The lesson learned, poor security equals to a total loss of your privacy. So finally, Sanjute pacemaker flaw. 5 lakh medical devices had vulnerabilities, letting hackers remotely drain batteries or change heart rhythms. So IoT flaws can becoming life-threatening risks too. So we will now go through a live example demonstration where a CCTV camera live stream has been exposed due to a misconfiguration. Okay, as you can see, I have to blur due to the privacy reasons, but I can show you the clear preview of the image. Here you can see it's a toll plaza located somewhere around Maharashtra. And the shocking part is isn't a private camera, it is government owned camera. And this isn't hacked by an attacker or anything. It's just hacked by a software called, which I previously mentioned, called Insecam. It is an autonomous software that will scan global IP addresses which has no password security properly. And this can show, you can see that vehicles are here. This is a toll gate. Okay, then you can see a simple misconfiguration can expose your privacy, because you know that data is Bhagwanta, as sir said. So we need to secure Bhagwanta actually. So let us see the next thing. Okay, so let us focus now on why today's security isn't enough. The four failures of traditional security. Reactive only acts after a breach has already happened. Centralized, a single point of failure that can be broken down. Human dependent, impossible to manage millions of devices. And too heavy, won't run on simple device and low power IoT hardware. We need a new paradigm, we need a autonomy. So what is the solution for this? The solution, introducing the solution SRX, stands for Self-Healing Resilient Extension, the immune system for IoT. SRX is a lightweight autonomous security framework designed to protect IoT devices from common cyber threats. It enables devices to independently defend themselves without constant human intervention or cloud dependency. SRX system architecture looks something like this. SRX system has basically three models. We have modules which has predictive neural intelligence, which contains device behavior monitoring and tiny ML algorithms for uh, anomaly detection, and four-stage autonomous response for detect, isolate, heal, and learn the patterns of the attacks. And finally, offline capable and lightweight. No internet connection is required and low power design. Works on low power devices too. And finally, we see never fear an update again. So SRX fail-safe self-healing mechanism. One major issue with IoT security is updates. Updates can fail, break devices, or even create new vulnerabilities. But SRX solves with an intelligent recovery focused update system. So how can I ensure my device remains secure and operational during updates? So SRX has two options, secure updates and auto rollback. Cryptographically signed updates from trusted sources ensure authenticity and security. And auto rollback options for instant reversion to the last stable version prevents device failure. So suppose you are updating your IoT device and something went wrong. So SRX will automatically revert it back to the stable version of the software. Now let us discuss how SRX works on the routers. So as you can see, an attacker is here and he is currently in a network and he tries to access a router which has default password, something like admin. When he enters to this network, he will definitely scan all the devices in this. Suppose there are Wi-Fi cameras, CPUs, printers, anything. Okay, when he enters to this network, the predictive neural intelligence from SRX will monitor him. When after monitoring, based on the unusual pattern detection, it will assign a threat score to the four-stage autonomous response. Then it will detect, isolate, and learn the patterns. So basically, it can save you before the attack happens. It will block the person before the attack happens. And functioning of SRX may vary from devices to devices. Now, the final conclusion, building a resilient future. The IoT revolution is here, but its security is fundamentally broken. Real world attacks, from privacy breaches to threats to physical safety, prove that traditional human defense security has failed. SRX provides the paradigm shift we need, and the advantages of SRX are works on low power devices, blocks attacks before execution, protects you from privacy exposure. AI model sizes are around 100 to 250 kilobytes and does not rely on manufacture for frequent software updates and can serve as a universal IoT security solution. Yes, this can save you from the future cyber attacks. And the best part is the first prototype of SRX is running on this tiny device called ESP8266. So do you want to see the demo of this device?
Is it one
Ah, yes, no time.
time just load?
5 minutes. 3 minutes ago.
What's the website you said? You can hack the government
Sorry, it's not a website. It's actually a organization built by some person for security purpose. It will scan unsecured global IPs from the internet, and it will try the default password. Right? Brute force attack. It will try one by one, and when it got access to the router, it will share the live stream through tunneling, and they stream the live camera in their website. It's not actually legal, sir. It's illegal, but I don't know why it's still available. I got the URL which I showed from the website. This is the first prototype, so I made like this. So you can see the system status is normal, and the threat level is currently 15% because it has some problems in coding. So it doesn't still block the threat yet, and the connected devices are one. Let me also connect my from my phone. Sir, for the IoT device. Okay, now you can see two devices are connected. One is my phone and one is my laptop. So we have some problem in. Okay, you can see here connected devices. So the 192.168.4.2 is connected from the laptop, and 4.3 is connected from this device, and this is active threat intelligence which we have currently problem, and it is detecting it as a DOS attack. But currently I have 40 types of attack that now I will show you by performing. This is an automated script, so I will show you how it will work and the security of this device. So here's our script for automating the. So let me run. So it is testing all basic security attempts. You can see the basic connect is detected from the IoT device, and you can see the ports can also connection refuse. Just tell me. So you can see our IoT device blocked the attack before it executed in our system. So SRX security test report shows that total attacks launched 40 and blocked by security 30 and detected as malicious 3. The final security effectiveness is 82.5% and the overall rating is very good, strong security. And if I want to show you here, I perform this attack from my laptop. So I am logged here. You can see SRX framework access delete. Your IP address 192.168.4.2. Reason high risk behavioral patterns detected from your device. So status is blocked. The person couldn't able to attack anything, and it has saved you before the attack. So this sim. So by 2030, IoT reaches around 30 million devices. So before that, we need to implement this kind of security implementation, so we can save our IoT devices. Okay. Hope you understand, and thank you. Have a great day. Sir, this is the first prototype. This is the first idea, and I built this first prototype.
Thank you, Skandan. I would like to call Shashank S, student of PVB Polytechnic, Bangalore, from Department of Information Science to give the presentation.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Shashankis. I'm truly honored to stand in front of you, and I came with the intention to learn, show, and to grow together with all of you. My project is next generation IoT variable for broadcaster radar signal monitoring. My project abstraction is about IoT enabled watch for real time radar detection. Works with radar sensors or external stations via IoT with signal monitoring in watch. Features like low power, secure, reliable design, which applications defense, security, aviation, disaster response, personal safety users. In portable tool for quick situational awareness. And also my project is real-time awareness is virtual for safety defense and disaster response. The project IoT based variable watch for radar signal monitoring. The radar uses sensor nearby stations to collect data, show data via IoT on a simple display, provides instant alerts on movements and threats, portable low power reliable design, combines AI and IoT for smart detection. Problem statement: the current variable lack of radar based monitoring. Traditional radar systems are bulky, high power and non-portable. No reliable systems are for real-time situational awareness in critical applications. Need for a compact, low power, IoT-enabled variable with secure data transmission. It use must provide instant alerts and reliable monitoring in defense, aviation, disaster response, and personal safety. Workflow na ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಏರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಡರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್, ಆರ್ಮಿ ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆರ್ಮಿಗಳು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬುಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈರ್ ಆದಾಗ ಅವರು ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ವಾಚ್ ಇಂದ ಮೊದಲೇ ರಾಡರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಇಂದ ಮೊದಲೇ ಅದು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ವಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಇದೊಂದು ರಾಡರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಡರ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ನಾವು ಆರ್ಮಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಾರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. And requirements: the hardware requirements: smart watch board, microcontroller, Arduino ESP32, Raspberry Pi, radar module mmWave or FMCW, IoT communication LoRa, NB, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, small display OLED LCD, battery and power unit. I'm using software to implement the application like C and C++, Python, Arduino IDE, VS Code, ESP ID, Float Edge AI, TensorFlow Lite, TinyML, cloud support, AWS for IoT Firebase optional. Results and benefits: it shows the radar data instantly, saves power and works well, and sends the data securely with IoT information to detect the movement and changes the nearby, gives quick alert for safety, and also small, light and easy to carry the watch. It improves the safety in defense, aviation, disaster and daily life. The project conclusion is combines a radar, IoT and variable for real-time monitoring. It uses a small radar sensors, wireless links and smartwatch display. Makes a radar portable, efficient and user-friendly. Challenges like power use, processing limits and cost. As future scope for improvements and research, it can be support for safety, healthcare, defense and smart living. Future scope: the smaller radar parts, easy to wear, less power use, long battery life, AI support better and smarter detection, stronger security, safe data sharing, low cost, affordable for everyone, can be used in hospitals, defense, safety and smart cities, will become a useful tool for a real time safety. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಆರ್ಮಿಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ಎನಿಮಿಸ್ತು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿನೂ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಜನಗಳ ಸೇಫ್ಟಿನೂ ಮುಖ್ಯ, ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎನಿಮಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ರಾಡರ್ ಇಂದ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ವಾಚ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಡರ್ ಇರೋದು ಇವಾಗಿನ ರಾಡರ್ ಇರೋದು ಲೈಕ್ ಗನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬುಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬಾಂಬ್ಸ್ ನ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ನಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಗೆ ಮಿಸೈಲ್ಸ್ ಆ ತರ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋ ತರ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಮಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೇಗ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
Good. And you are from which branch?
Information
Science. Of which college, sir?
PVP College.
Best wishes. Good.
ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ?
ಇವಾಗ 5th ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು
ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಕಾನ್ವಿಕೇಶನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 6th ಸೆಮ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್.
ಸೊ ರೇಡಾರ್ ಬಂದು ಲೈಡಾರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ?
ಲೈಡರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದೂರದಿಂದ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ರಾಡರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ತನಕ ಅದು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಡರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಡರ್ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, ನಾವ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಒಂದು 100 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅದು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ರಾಡರ್ ಇಂದ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಬಟ್ ರಾಡರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ವಾಚ್ ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಬರೀ ವಾಚ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ
ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್
ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ವಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ರಾಡರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನೇನ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನನ್ನ ವಾಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಮಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Thank you, Shishant. Next, I would like to call Pallavi R, student of PVP Polytechnic Bangalore from the Department of Information Science to give the presentation.
So, before starting, let me say you something. Albert Einstein once said that the most important thing is never stop questioning. So, today's the biggest question is. So, today's the biggest question is for our digital future. So, how can we secure our billions of IoT devices from the hackers and even from the quantum computers? So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pallavi from PVP Polytechnic. So, I'm here to present my research on quantum security for IoT in smart cities with the guidance of Dr. D. Ganesh. So now let's start with the abstract. So in smart cities, billions of people use IoT devices for transport, for healthcare, power, and for governance. So, but the existing security is not much strong as mine. So, if we use the combination of IoT and quantum cryptography, it will be easier to secure our data from the hackers. So, because in the next generation or when the 6G will be introduced, so cyber hackers will be so powerful. Like they will use quantum computers for hacking. So, if we use quantum cryptography here, so in quantum cryptography, if a hackers try to hack, the keys will be changes instantly and the system detects it. So next, the problem statement. So if we have to invent something, the problem statements are the important. So for my project, I'm including IoT devices. So IoT devices are the easy target for hackers. So if they hack the IoT devices, the data can be stolen and or a massive system failures can be occur. So from this, if a patient's data is stored in a system, if a hacker hacks it, but it can cause loss to the patients. So including IoT plus quantum cryptography, it's well and good for securing data. So next, move on to the objectives. So objectives is like integrating quantum cryptography with IoT. So the combination of IoT and quantum is very strong because in the next generation, quantum era will start. Like we are focusing on AI ML or AI DS. So if quantum security starts, it will be so critical for managing the data. So mm, IoT devices exchanges the it it follows quantum principles and exchanges keys. So when the hackers try to hack it, the keys will be changes instantly. So next, we can stop hacking from from the hackers. So next, we use cloud servers here. So propose a system and methodology. So in this, for the problems I used quantum key distribution. This method is already introduced by the Dr. Charles Bennett in the 1984 and Dr. Gilles Brazard with the famous BB84 protocol. Their work shows the foundation of quantum security today. So with so how it works means the IoTs exchange of the, the IoT transfer the data from the quantum channels. So next, the data is sent from the quantum IoT from the quantum channels. So next it will be. So quantum secures the each data from layer to layer. So the data from the ground to the data from the cloud will be all layer will be secured from the quantum. So next, we use edge gateways and cloud services here. So next, move on to the architecture flow. So here we learn how the data will flow from the IoT devices to the clouds. So first the IoT devices follows the principles of quantum principles like superpositions and enclosement. So it will be layered and secured by the quantum. So next, it will be encrypted by the quantum. So the data will be stored in the smart city IoTs will be encrypted by the quantum security. So next, the secured data will be stored in the quantum security. So the hardware and the software are the major points here. IoT sensors and quantum cryptography tools. Next, quantum random number generators, edge gateways, cloud services, and quantum communications are the hardware part. And the software parts are quantum cryptography algorithms like QDK and PQS. So IoT devices management softwares, NS3 simulators, and quantum computing frameworks. So hardware and with the combination of hardware and software, we can make this project well and good. So advantages are the powerful in my concept. So the end-to-end encryption will be protected. So critical in the smart cities, critical infrastructure will be protected. So like a large amount of massive cyber attacks will be prevented, and future technology like we can create urban infrastructure for future ready. So this technology can be used anywhere, even in the military, even in the healthcare, even in the power, governance, e-learning, everything. Like even in military means like I'm Indian, Pakistan hackers are trying to hack our data. So we can use quantum cryptography technology here. So we can keep some keys. If the hacker tries to hack our data, so it instantly changes and it detects the hacker. So next, in the healthcare, the sensitive data can be stored of sensitive data of the patients can be stored, and even the sensitive devices can be stored here. So in grid surveillance of people can be ensured. So I like to conclude it like IoT devices are the nerves of our smart cities, and but it is weaker. So the combination of quantum cryptography plus IoT can make our encryption or our data secure.
Pallavi, yeah, good mark. Good, and you are trying to understand about quantum computing also. Can you, what is your understanding about quantum computing?
So this so what I'm understood means ಇವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಡೇಟಾನ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಹ್ಯಾಕರ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ನನ್ನ ಡೇಟಾನ ಎನ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ನ ಇಕ್ಕಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು AI ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಹ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೀಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಅವರು ಬೇಗ ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಇವನ್ ನಾವು ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಇವಾಗ AI ಮತ್ತೆ ML ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಾ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಎರಾ. ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹ್ಯಾಕರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಡೇಟಾನ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು. So any more questions? Thank you for this.
Thank you, Pallavi. Next, I would like to call Jsspm, student of Jsspm Polytechnic Mysuru from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, to give the presentation.
I see 90. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yashwant S, and my co-author who helped me in this research Tejas R. I am here to talk about carbon nanotube for radar absorption. Stealth technology, it is an important field in our Indian defense. In the modern warfare, our military, the main definition for stealth technology is that our military to operate undetected, delay enemy response, increase mission success rate, and critical strategic advantage. It provides modern warfare by enabling surprise attacks. Stealth technology helps military vehicles avoid radar detection, give a strategic advantage. But the traditional methods that we use in our Indian defense is carbon black painting method. That technology requires it's lot more weaker compared to this new technology, that is carbon nanotube technology. To understand carbon nanotube technology, it's basically a sheet of graphene which is rolled. It's very small, it is measured in nanometers. This is a very different compared to the coating, where we use composites like polymer and epoxy to merge with it, and we use as a aircraft skin coating paintings to avoid radar signals. In essence, scientists create a trap for radar waves, use their unique structure to convert these electrical signals to heat, and they scatter the heat, from which our aircrafts or military vehicles, everything is protected from the radar signals. There are two types of CNTs, that single walled carbon nanotubes and multi walled. The single walls are the most basic structure, where only one graphene sheet is rolled, and but these single walled nanotubes aren't used in the defense. As other thing, the multi walled carbon nanotubes is concentric graphene structure, where it provides a uh, stronger uh, stronger strength and other properties. The main two properties for this concept is dielectric loss and conduction loss. So the multi-word carbon nanotube structure, that is concentric structure, provides no, efficiency these both properties. There are other key factors that affect the CNT radar absorption: the concentration and dispersion. The amount and uniform dispersion of CNTs determine the absorption efficiency. These CNTs have a disadvantage, that is they clump together because they have intermolecular forces. They have very high intermolecular forces. Because due to that, they have very few weak networks that causes that disturbs the balance. If the CNT's network is too weak, the radar gets reflected back. If it's too high, it gets difficult to absorption. So we need a perfect balance and concentration for this absorption to work. And also the composite thickness for the coating must be tuned to the radar frequency. Too thin will reflect back the radar signals. Also other structural parameters like length, diameter, type influence the conductivity and the dielectric losses of the CNTs. These are the two main loss mechanisms which are used in these CNTs. One is conduction loss, where the radar signals, when it gets contacted to the surface of an aircraft or ships, the signals are sent through electrical energy. When they trespass the network, the above coating of CNTs, the polymer and epoxy combined with the CNTs, they scatter the electrical energy and convert it to the heat. So the radar signals are observed, not reflected. Also the dielectric loss, it has a different concept. Like when the electrical signal is trespassed, the atoms present in the CNTs, the opposing new electric field makes them to oscillate, from which the electrical energy gets scattered, and they also produce heat to scatter the radar signals and get absorbed. The main advantages are, this CNT not only observing radar signals, they have exceptional mechanical strength. Compared to steel, they have 100 times more tensile strength and lightweight, which makes a very good application for aircraft. As in aerospace, the main thing is about lightweight and durability, and also strength matters. So this coating helps to increase the strength of the aircraft. Also, it has excellent electrical conductivity. The superior thermal conductivity is the main reason to scatter the heat that when the radar signals is converted. Also, the lightweight and low density decreases the weight. Also, the versatility from which we can convert the CNTs composites to coatings, films, or aircraft skins, so that uh, it's it gives a freedom of design for the engineers. This CNT material gives a freedom of design, but the main disadvantages that have been barricaded for this technology to adopt in Indian defense is that its production cost is high, and the dispersion challenges. As it has high intermolecular forces, we need a very technical system to incorporate this technology. The potential health, as I told, they are measured in nanometers. We have a lot of health risk while manufacturing this. So a lot of protocols and safety requirements should be taken while productioning this. Also the purity and structural defects, this get interrelated to the dispersion challenges. As they have weak connections, we have to make the composites, the polymer, epoxy, all should be perfectly balanced. Because of the production loss, the production in India is currently difficult, but we have Indian scientists are researching this. Only in United States and China have developed prototypes about this topic. We still use the traditional way of carbon black coating and other laminates to protect us from radar signals. Also, these CNTs have other properties. Like we also use this in electrical communication devices, navigation devices in the aircraft, as they help to protect us from the radar jamming signals that are sent by enemy ships or enemy aircrafts, and it protects our communication and navigation system also. The Indians are also not only using these CNTs in aircraft and ships, they are also using this in military bulletproof jackets, as they are lightweight, heavy, durable, and have a lot of strength. Now its future prospects mainly affect in um, they still want to develop the technology, as the major disadvantages of our current technology is the updating radars and sensors. Our technology of radar absorption is very narrow band, but these CNTs are a broadband. They can auto tune themselves to various types of radar signals. They are very wide network, so they are still try to convert these CNTs into a very smart material, so can when pass an electric signal, they can convert them, auto tune themselves for the required radar and frequencies. Also, it also helps, as it has high thermal conductivity, it also helps to cover the heat from the jet or engine, from to escape from the infrared cameras from the enemy ships. In conclusion, uh, these entities have, though compared to our current technology, are very highly advanced, but the disadvantages like the scalability issues, the dispersion, and etc. have made it difficult for us to. But we are still discovering about this technology. Thank you, sir.
Hello. You can start. You can start presenting. ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೋ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಒಂದು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್
hydration. Microcapsules containing healing agents like gums are added to the concrete mixtures. Then it can work the activated in concrete. Mixing and casting. The concrete mixtures is thoroughly mixed and poured into the molds to form of desired shapes. Curing and strengthening. The concrete is allowed to cure and harden, ensuring the healing agents are evenly distributed to the concrete. Testing. To conduct the compression value of the concrete is self-healing agent is used.
Video media volume.
Right, hotel.
ಆಗಿದೆ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Sir, can I start? Hello. Okay. Good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Sjspm from Mechatronics Department, 5th semester. Today, I'm excited to present my project titled Beyond the Future AI Secure Microgrid Driven by In-Pipe Energy. Imagine every drop of water in our pipeline is not only to quench our thirst but also to power homes. Today, in this world, we are facing three major challenges and issues: growing energy demand, unpredictable renewable sources like solar and wind, and increasing cyber threats. Increasing increasing cyber threats. The challenge is simple. Energy must be continuous, reliable, and secure. So our work gives three solutions: a newly designed vertical axis in pipe turbine for stable power consists of reduction gears to speed up the turbine's low RPM to generator need. Layer 3 consists of motor and control unit, which has a micro generator to convert the motion into electricity, and control unit to manage. So at 3 to 4 meter per second, um, with the same turbine geometry, the more power can be generated. More power can be generated. And next, using that data, we built a co-stimulation platform in Skylab Exos and Python libraries. In Skylab Exos, we created energy models like turbine, solar, and battery. Using Python for forecasting and optimization, using the libraries like Panda Power and Scikit-learn. Finally, we conceptually integrated ESP32 and IoT sensors. So, IoT sensors measure the flow rate and the power output. The ESP32 transmit the data to AI backend for executing commands in real time. Later, coming to the results, our stimulations show frimming effect. It is clearly shown here. The yellow line is the solar output, which is fluctuating during the daytime, and the blue line represents the power in pipe power output, which gives steady 20 kilowatts steady baseline generation. Um, Next, we tested energy management using AI driven control, where manual control versus AI control was tested. So during manual control, the battery was fluctuating widely, and the efficiency was decreased. With AI driven control, the battery's life was in the healthy range, and this increased efficiency and balances the supply and demand. We also tested security framework using AI. So where during normal operation, the anomaly score was below the threshold, but when some malicious data and or false data injection attack was introduced, the anomaly score spiked, immediately crossing the threshold. So AI flagged this anomaly and triggered the predefined mitigations. So, to conclude, we have a unified framework that is secure by AI driven security system, stable by in pipe hydro turbine, intelligent by AI for optimization and forecasting. At the same time, we have some limitations. That is, this entire research is stimulation based. So, a real world implementation will be varying with the flow design and maintenance.
So this leads us to the future work, that is, building and testing a real time prototype of the system, exploring advanced AI techniques like reinforcement learning for long term control, scalability, and studying scalability and economics for deploying in larger grids. Thank you for your valuable time. Sir? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, your voice is breaking. It is not clear. Sir, I'm unable to hear. One second. Sir, what, sir? My plan. I'm. This is a wide. This is a unexplored topic. So I'm in a plan of implementing this in the real time, so that we get a unified framework. As I told, it is which is very stable, secure, and intelligent. So it is an unexplored topic. So I am in a plan of doing it in real time. Okay. Yes, ma'am. But due to limited time constraints, in spite of focusing on the entire stimulation and implementation, I just presented the results of the output. So here all the stimulations. One second, ma'am. Here, it is the result of the CFD output in the slide I'm showing now, the graph. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, okay. Uh, so, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I bring you a very interesting topic in which you might have heard and you might have even seen it, but it isn't much discussed anywhere. So, imagine you're in a battlefield where threats appear in seconds, a drone swarm or a hypersonic missile. By the time a traditional weapon is prepared, you're too late. But that's, my friends, where directed energy weapons or DEWs step in. Myself, Shubhanga VM from Acharya Polytechnic, is going to present you on how these weapons shape our tomorrow's security. Before we dive into this topic, here is an abstract on my paper on directed energy weapons. This key focus is on how directed energy weapons are crucial to our defense. So with this overview in mind, let's talk about the directed energy weapons and how they work. Now, unlike traditional weapons which uses bullets or missiles, DEWs fire energy itself. Now think of a flashlight. Imagine that light is concentrated so intensely that it can burn through steel kilometers of distance. That's
the essence of laser weapons. DEWs take this to extremes using lasers, microwaves, and even particle beams. And why do we even need such weapons? Well, unlike traditional weapons, they aren't bulky, they aren't expensive, and they don't do much collateral damage compared to traditional weapons. They offer speed of light response and surgical precision. Now, there are three main families of DEWs: high energy lasers, high power microwaves, and particle beams. Now, for high energy lasers, think of them as silent beam which can cut through a drone's wing. And for high power microwaves, an invisible wave which can fry electronics, leaving machines useless. And for particle beams, they're still in experiment stage, but think of them as a stream of charged particles ripping through matter in atomic level. Now, at their heart, every DEWs work on the same principle. They generate power, they focus it, and direct it to the target. Now imagine this: electricity pouring up a powerful source, concentrating it into a precise beam, and is released at the push of a button. At this instant, the enemy system is disabled without any damage. Now the advantages here are striking. They engage at speed of light, and they have precise accuracy which minimizes collateral damage. Now, in the recent wars we have seen in Russia-Ukraine war and Israel-Palestine war, many buildings were destroyed, thousands of lives were lost, but that's not the case in DEWs. The interesting part of DEWs is they are cost effective. They only require few dollars of electricity compared to traditional weapons which uses millions of dollars to buy ammunition. And DEWs are stealthy. You can't see them, you can't beat them. So, of course, every technology isn't perfect, right? DEWs are hungry for power. Huge energy is required to sustain them. Weather can weaken their beams. Rain, dust, and fog can scatter the energy. Cooling system needs to continuously work in order to prevent them from overheating. And perhaps we might face ethical questions. How long do mankind use or even make these weapons of silent of these weapons which are silent? This isn't science fiction anymore. The US Army has already tested out their 20 kilowatts lasers against drones, and the US Navy has already implemented their 60 kilowatts Helios lasers on their destroyers, and the particular one is the USS Preble. And India isn't too much behind. DRDO is already tested successfully their Mark II laser DEW. From China to Israel, every defense power is racing towards to unlock this game-changing technology. In future, these DEWs might not be just human controlled. Integrated with AI, they can track and neutralize these targets automatically. These can be miniaturized and can be mounted on drones, tanks, and even fighter jets. And if wars extend into space, DEWs might be our first line of defense, protecting our satellites and space stations. To conclude, DEWs, or directed energy weapons, represent opportunities and challenges. They offer faster, cleaner, and cost effective defense systems, while also requiring breakthroughs in power, cooling, and international regulations. In short, DEWs aren't just weapons of our future anymore, they are the weapons of our present, silently reshaping the nations think about security. Thank you. I'd be glad to take your questions. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear my voice, sir? Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, visible? Sir? Sir, are you visible? Hello, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, visible the screen? Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. We are from Sri Venkateswara High Tech Polytechnic College in Gobi, in Tamil Nadu. Today we talk about computer vision, seeing the future. Myself, Kaushik Pranav, his co-author Abid. Artificial intelligence and computer vision. Artificial intelligence. AI. Artificial intelligence means a machine that can think like a human. Artificial intelligence replace human in some field like healthcare sector, education, finance, agriculture, etc. Computer vision. Computer vision is one of the support of artificial intelligence. It's a help to computer visible the photo videos. Power of deep learning. Deep learning is a branch of machine learning that use artificial neural networks, which many layers of processing and learning from data. It is a by where humans bringing works. Deep learning is a powerful task like image recognition, speech processing, natural language understanding, and autonomous navigation systems. Uh, the main advantage autonomous vehicles is used deep learning technology, sir. Beyond pixels. Beyond pixels, traditional image processing must work on pixels, but beyond pixels is but going the future that just a raw pixel value is focused on understanding the future patterns, shapes and objects within images. uh, Overcoming data challenges. Volume, huge amount of data likes image and videos are coming nowadays. uh, Anonymous cost. Adding layers to data like cats or dog task task a lot of times and money. Privacy. Nowadays, nowadays we are using AI tools many, but that companies are encrypt our data, but it's not safe. It's a question mark.
Now I am going to present another slide. I am his co-author. The topic is about generalization. Generalization means how well computer vision models works in new unseen situations. A model trained in one place may falls in other. Example: a traffic system trained in Europe may not work in India due to different signs, weather, clouds. Solution: domain adaptation. The adjust models from new environment. Meta learning. Train models to adapt quickly for any environment. With the generalization, CV modes only works in limited condition. The ethical condition in computer vision. Ethical is a big conqueror in computer vision. Issues: bias. If data is biased, results are unfair. Example: factorial recognition falling in minorities. Privacy. CV in surveillance can my use changes in images. Security. Model can trick some small changes in images. Why it mattered? Unethical can causes discriminated or privacy losses. Create fair and diverse data sets. Use privacy protecting methods like federated learning. Make CV method unexpectable. Ensuring ethical developments. New way for model to learn without huge label or data set. How the system teaches itself by finding patterns like filling missing parts of an images. Applications. Facebook Meta uses SSL for large scale vision tasks. Very useful in fields like medical imaging where data is limited. Important: saves times, reduce cost of labeling data and make training essential. The rise of Edge AI. Edge AI running CV models on devices like phone, cameras, or IoT, not only on cloud service. Benefits: fast, responsive, low latency, better privacy, data stays on device, cheaper, the less internet use. Application: face unlocking in smartphones, smart camera spotting useless activities, industrial monitoring with cameras. Importance: brings camera vision into real-time everyday life. Conclusion: computer vision mix AI, deep learning, and image processing. Still struggle with the data changes, generalization problems. Ethical conclusions. Future directions, self-supervised learning, aged AI. Finally, through CV is powerful, but making if effective, fair, and responsible is the real changes. Thank you. We have finished our
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Shall I start, sir? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Mm, Let me start with a simple picture. Imagine a family of four living in a tiny rented room. They dream of owning a home, but the price of construction materials make that dream impossible. Now imagine that same family. Now imagine that same family moving into a strong, affordable, eco-friendly house built with bamboo or hempcrete. A house that costs less, lasts strong, and protects the planet. That's what I'm here to talk about: eco-friendly building materials for modern construction, an affordable and sustainable housing solution. So, uh, my introduction is millions of people worldwide struggle with housing due to high costs. They face the same struggles as that family I described. Housing is simply too expensive. Why? Because conventional materials like cement and steel are not only costly but also cause enormous environmental damage. This brings us to the central question: how do we build homes that are both affordable and sustainable? Today, I'll share you how eco-friendly building materials can answer this question. Then, background on housing challenges. Let's quickly look at the challenges we face. Uh, First one is high construction costs. They keep millions out of home ownership. Second is the environmental pollution. Cement and steel increase expenses and cause pollution. Also release huge amounts of carbon dioxide. Then the resource depletion. It adds to global community and global sustainability issues, straining our planet for future generations. If we keep building the way we do today, housing will remain unaffordable and our environment will keep paying the price. Clearly, we need a change. So, what we can use instead? Our study considered several alternatives. Mm, bam- Bamboo, it's a renewable, durable, lasting 30 to 50 years with treatment. Then the reclaimed wood reduces deforestation, it's natural and low energy and add an aesthetic value. Then recycled steel, they retain strength, its lifespan over 50 years. Hempcrete, it captures. carbon dioxide, lightweight, tree resistant. Then we'll discuss the advantages of bamboo. Let's take bamboo as an example. It grows rapidly, it's strong, and when we treat it, it can last for decades. In modern technology, like laminated bamboo panels, make it more even reliable. Think of bamboo not just as a plant, but as a green alternative to timber and even steel. It's strong enough for housing, yet gentle on the planet. Then we can talk about the environmental benefits. These eco-friendly materials bring two powerful benefits. One, while it's environmentally and economically. Environmental benefits are they cut carbon dioxide emissions, then use far less energy than cement and steel, and they promote sustainable resources management, and then supports global climate goals. Then, if we think about the cost effectiveness, the affordable housing for low income families, and they reduces reliance on expensive conventional materials, and also long lifespan ensures better return on investment and encourages wider adoption in developing countries. Then implementation and challenges. But of course, there are challenges. We need to build awareness and trust in these materials. Builders need training and technical skills, and government policies and incentives can help adoption, overcoming perception issues for durability. Then, and we must overcome the myth that eco materials are weak. In reality, with the right treatment and design, they are durable as conventional options. Finally, let me close with this. Eco-friendly building materials are not just an innovation, they are a solution to two global problems, the housing crisis and the climate crisis. They give us affordable homes, reduce carbon emissions, and ensure resources are preserved for the next generation. So, the next time we think about building a home, let's ask, do we want walls made from materials that harm the planet or from materials that help heal it? I leave with this thought. By choosing eco friendly materials today, we can build a sustainable tomorrow. Thank you. Hello, sir. Can't hear you. What, sir? Uh, no, ma'am. I am at the beginning, first semester. It's my first semester. I'm from Sri Lanka. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sanjay, start your presentation. Okay, sir. One minute, ma'am. 1 minute. Sharing.
Slides are visible? Hello? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanjay. I'm currently studying in Sjspm Polytechnic, final year civil engineering. Today I'm going to present a topic of self-healing concrete in civil engineering field. We're going to move to introduction. Self-healing concrete is an innovative construction material. Yes, ma'am?
We are not able to see your slideshow. Please give slideshow. Can you go ahead?
Slide show ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Otherwise, you can move your slides. Okay, pa. Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Sanjay, you can continue.
Yes, ma'am. Introduction. Self-healing concrete is an innovative construction material that can automatically repair. Uh, this concrete is useful for the future, sir. Next, benefits. There are four types, enhanced durability. This concrete is very useful for a structure. It can increase the lifespan of the structures. Reduce maintenance. The ability of repair itself, so that it can minimize the cost and maintenance charges. Increase safety. Improve the structural safety and stability of the infrastructures. Environmental sustainability. Self-healing concrete reduce the need for research and innovative repairs, promoting the sustainability. Next one, the types of self-healing manufacturing. Ingredient preparation and healing agents in incorporation, mixing and casting, curing and strengthening and testing. First one, ingredient preparation. The base concrete is mixed, prepared according to the specification. And second one is self-healing healing agents incorporation. Microcapsules containing the healing agents are added to the concrete mixtures. Third one is mixing and casting. The concrete mixtures is thoroughly mixed and poured into the molds, and it becomes the hardness. Curing and strengthening. The concrete is allowed to cure and harden, ensuring the healing and agents are evenly distributed. And testing. The conducted test compression values and rebound hammer test and etc. Challenges and limitations of self-healing concrete. Cost-wise, it this concrete is normally expensive than normal concrete. Long-term durability. The effectiveness of healing agents are long-term performance, and self-healing concrete requires further research. Environmental impact. The self-healing concrete needs carefully consideration while making the procedures. Limited application. This concrete is not suitable for all the applications, particularly extreme stress and coercive environments. Methodologies. First one is microbial agents. Bacteria activated by water and nutrients, then it produces a calcium carbonate, then it can seal the cracks. Second one is encapsulation techniques. Microcapsules filled with epoxy, it can release the material to fill the gaps, and it can help to fill the cracks. Polymers based on system. Polymers can heal itself when exposed to moisture, enhancing flexibility and durability. Bioaggregates. Using natural materials that can repair itself by using a biological process. The presentation examines the current knowledge of relevant to the self-healing concrete. This concrete is maybe useful for the future, and it is very useful for civil engineering, especially in civil engineering field. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you.